I'm Jenna Budell with the news. Indiana's statewide mask mandate will last for at least another month. Governor Eric Holcomb extended the mandate to Saturday, November 14th, and says the state will stay in Stage 5. In Stage 5, restaurants, bars, gyms, and fitness facilities are allowed to operate at full capacity as long as social distancing is maintained. For more information, visit backontrack.in.gov. State health officials will continue monitoring the COVID-19 numbers on a daily basis and revisit the decision next week. Governor Holcomb and other state health officials are also getting tested for COVID-19 on Wednesday after Indiana State Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box tested positive for the virus. The Du Bois County Health Department has confirmed 6 additional cases of COVID-19. Du Bois County now has a total of 1,229 positive cases and 22 deaths. Out of these 1,229 positive cases, approximately 271 cases are active and 936 have recovered. 9,219 residents have been tested for the virus as of Wednesday afternoon. The best way to keep yourself and others protected is by practicing social distancing, washing your hands frequently with soap and water, and to mask up. Due to the increased workloads, the immense amount of calls and responsibilities coming in the near future, the health department will no longer give a daily COVID-19 numbers report. The Indiana State Department of Health COVID-19 dashboard has the same information the health department has been sharing on a daily basis. Residents are asked to visit coronavirus.in.gov for the latest COVID-19 update. The dashboard is updated at 12 noon daily. The Indiana State Department of Health is reporting 3,609 COVID-19 deaths, 139,269 positive cases, and 2,395,566 Indiana residents have been tested for the virus as of Wednesday afternoon. The numbers for our viewing area are as follows. Starting off with Du Bois, 1,229 cases and 22 deaths. Pike is reporting 292 cases and 8 deaths. Spencer with 344 cases and 6 deaths. Perry reporting 259 cases, 13 deaths. Martin with 185 cases. Davies with 767 cases and 31 deaths. Orange is reporting 350 cases and 24 deaths. Knox with 615 cases and 10 deaths. Crawford is reporting 133 cases and 1 death. Posey with 621 cases and 3 deaths. Lawrence reporting 665 cases and 31 deaths. Gibson, 763 cases, 9 deaths. And Vanderburgh is reporting 5,123 cases and 46 deaths. To see a map of cases by county, head to in.gov/ISDH. A Spencer County man convicted of murdering a Grandview woman last year has been sentenced. 52-year-old Alan Bennett was sentenced to 65 years in prison on Tuesday. A jury found Bennett guilty in the murder of 62-year-old Linda Bowman in September. Police say Bennett shot Bowman during a domestic dispute at their Grandview home in March of 2019 before shooting himself in the head. Bowman died from a gunshot wound to the head, while Bennett survived his injuries. He spent time in the hospital before being taken to jail. Several law enforcement agencies worked together to put a wanted Pekin man behind bars this week. 37-year-old Kyle Whitlow is charged with vehicle theft, resisting law enforcement, leaving the scene of a property damage accident, possession of marijuana, and on an active warrant for possession of a firearm by a serious violent felon. Whitlow crashed a stolen blue Ford Ranger into another car near Pekin before fleeing the scene on foot on Monday night. Deputies later learned the vehicle was stolen out of Kentucky. Whitlow was found at a house nearby and taken to the Washington County Jail without further incident. No injuries were reported in the crash. Two were arrested in Spencer County after officers found drugs in their vehicles. On Monday night, Indiana State troopers from the Jasper Post and the Spencer County Sheriff's Department conducted a saturation patrol targeting drug traffickers and impaired drivers in Spencer County. First, troopers stopped 40-year-old Michael Willett. During the traffic stop, K-9 Drogos alerted to the presence of illegal narcotics. While the vehicle was being searched, officers conducted standardized field sobriety tests to determine the impairment of the driver. During the search of the vehicle, marijuana was located. Willett was then arrested. Willett was charged with operating while intoxicated endangerment, operating while intoxicated controlled substance, and possession of marijuana. Meanwhile, in a separate incident, officers stopped a vehicle driven by 29-year-old Aston Tapp. During the traffic stop, K-9 Drogos alerted to the presence of illegal narcotics. During the search of the vehicle, 226 grams of methamphetamine and a large amount of cash were located and confiscated. Tapp was then arrested. Tapp was charged with dealing in methamphetamine, possession of methamphetamine, resisting law enforcement, obstruction of justice, and maintaining a common nuisance. All Jasper Police Department cars will soon have a new piece of life-saving equipment. Jasper Police were recently granted $27,600 from a partnership of donors to equip all police cars with automatic defibrillators, or AEDs. Officers would like to thank the DuBois County Community Foundation's Fund for DuBois County and Bill Fleck Legacy Endowment's grant of $27,600, as well as donations from James and Patricia Tin, totaling $10,000, and a $1,500 from the Victory Assembly of God. There's a guilty plea in that fake kidnapping case in southern Indiana from back in July. Maria Hopper this week pleaded guilty to one count of false informing, and she's being sentenced to community service. Investigators in Gibson County say Hopper and another man helped fake Hannah Potts' kidnapping. Potts claimed she was taken but was really hiding out. Potts later told police she wanted to use the experience to write a short story. Potts and the other man are still facing charges. The DuBois County Health Department is helping residents prepare for the upcoming flu season. Those 6 months and older can get a flu shot on any weekday at the health department. The walk-in clinic is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. and no appointment is needed. The health department has an adequate supply of both high-dose flu vaccines for those 65 years and older and standard flu shots for 6 months and older. Residents are asked to bring their insurance and ID cards to the clinic. If you have any questions, call the DuBois County Health Department at 812-481-7056. A federal appeals court says absentee ballots cast in Indiana must arrive by noon on Election Day to be counted. The court spiked a 10-day extension ordered by a judge. The judge had cited slow mail delivery because of the coronavirus as a reason for extending the count if ballots were postmarked by November 3rd. But the appeals court overturned the decision and said Indiana's noon rule still stands. The lawsuit was filed by Common Cause Indiana and the Indiana State Conference of the NAACP. They said about 1,500 ballots in Marion County and 400 in Hamilton County were rejected in the primary election because they arrived after the noon deadline. A local man is competing on a national dating show. Rockport native Blake Monaire will be competing on The Bachelorette. He is a graduate of South Spencer High School, where he excelled in baseball. Monaire eventually played for the Washington Nationals. Monaire now works with hair products. You can catch The Bachelorette every Tuesday on ABC. We'll take a look at your weather forecast when we come back on 18 WJTS.